Everybody, as we round ourselves up into the final game of the day. Group B is all here, ready and waiting for you. compLexity against Forward Gaming, and I wouldn't have believed this. compLexity 1-0 up, and game one was very convincing.
Very, and yeah, I mean they did take one game against Forward Gaming as well before when they were playing in the Summit qualifiers most recently, but that was a very convincing win, and that. You make a distinct difference there if you barely squeeze out a win against the team or if you completely run them over, because with the way that first game was going, it looks like they could just take this as a 2-0 sweep, and that would be really, really good to have on the record for him here. Group stage, I mean, you want to get every single win that you can under your belt.
I think there's something to be said as well. You know, in a best of three, kind of winning that second map is kind of a coin flip, you know?
Yeah.
But winning first game in a best of two, it kind of sets the direction of the series, and you've definitely got that morale boost.
I think in a best of two, it matters a lot, because it already hurts you a little bit. If you're going into a best of two, there's only really one outcome that you want. You want to get to 2-0, and that's already gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that race is already over for Forward here. So, yeah, it does... I mean, of course, as a competitive player, you try and brace yourself against all these negative ways of thinking because it doesn't help you at all. But your brain still works that way. It's still gonna be there in the back of your head.
It's like in a best of three, like you're saying, you're playing from behind to catch up and overtake, whereas in a best of two, you're playing just to catch up.
Let's try and undo what was already done. Let's try and fix that we already lost. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But, I mean, looking at compLexity here, we've seen them play 3 games in a row now. I honestly think that they're playing really solid. They're making some mistakes here and there and possibly missing out on some possible moves. But overall, they're looking like a team that's, very cohesive and look like they've been playing together for a long time. Whereas, in reality, this is a pretty fresh constellation.
So how are these bands different? First pick goes to Forward Gaming, and compLexity this time banned the IO themselves, along with Tiny and Ogre, who they did ban in the previous game.
We've seen a lot of teams value the Wisp a lot. So if you don't have first pick, you ban it, and that's honestly how Wisp has worked over the last many, many years. I feel almost every single patch has been like that.
Who are we missing now? Well, there's Enigma Undying. What were the bans from last game? IO, Necro, Drow Ranger. So it's just the... Well, hang on. Earthshaker's come... Yeah, Earthshaker's come in, Axe's come out. So that's really the biggest change there. compLexity, Undying, Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, they made it work in a really beautiful way before. They definitely show that they know what to do with their Undying in the early game.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. He has the understanding of how to create space in the best way. And also, they didn't lane the Undying and Enigma together. They play off on different sides of the map, which is really important. Because that's what I've seen teams do and fail at, which is why I dislike the combos, because they put it together.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what the two are supposed to do. But the way compLexity ran it, I'm completely on board. I think that the combination can work if you can get past the laning stage in the correct way, which they did.
And if you put Enigma and Undying together, you're basically creating a bipolar lane, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
One hero wants to drag back, and one hero wants to push forward and dive.
Welcome to the mental issues lane.
Yeah, like you're just being pulled and pushed, and you don't know what's going on. But finally, we have a Winter Wyvern. It's been a long, long day with no Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, but now she's here, and she is here for good reason as well. You can have some fun with the Winter Wyvern ulti against Enigma for sure. And it's just a fantastic support in this patch overall. Been very, very popular. That's why we've seen it banned so many games as well now. So excited to see what we can expect here.
So the Veno ban, quite an interesting one for me. We've seen Veno today from Team Secret, but not something that I would naturally slot into that second phase ban, straight off the bat.
It's a little bit of the so there's sort of an AIDS strategy in Dota that's been used a lot in the past. It basically revolves around too much shit to deal with. So what I mean is like Undying Tombstone goes on the ground, and then maybe Rasta wards or Pugna ward
Supernova
or Veno wards, even just the Veno wards along with the Tombstone. There's too much stuff on the ground, and then there are heroes on top of it. So it was very popular with at least Undying and Pugna, but it's not too different to have it with Venomancer. Also, it could be a ban on a hero that they don't want to lane against. Perhaps they're setting themselves up for an Alchemist pick.
Yeah.
You know, preparing themselves.
It's very true.
10
Because
seconds
Alchemist
remaining.
and Winter Wyvern are really nice together. That save of the E is super strong
5
on a hero with so much
seconds
HP.
Embrace the Alchemist coldly.
Yes.
Final ban in the second stage. I mean, I'm looking at heroes like Morphling, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, Morphling is probably the go-to. When you have Undying on your team, you don't want to give away the Tombstone.
Radiant team pick.
Terrorblade is going to be the ban after all, but that's definitely a solid ban as well. Terrorblade is a very popular hero, and similarly is quite strong against the Tombstone as well.
Feasibly, they could pick it up themselves here. Go for that Morph Allies talent, get Tombstone for yourself, turn into the Wyvern, get
Could.
Arctic Burn.
Could, yeah. The Arctic Burn is really fun to take.
10 seconds
It
remaining.
is really nifty. Oh, there was a hero that I was worried
5
about, and I've just
seconds
forgotten what it
remaining.
was. Heroes.
Yeah,
Dire
just
team
gotta look
pick.
at them sometimes.
I do.
It's really hard to draft without looking at all the heroes as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever like tried? If you sit down and just draft five heroes against someone else, and you don't have the heroes in front of you, you run out of ideas. But the moment you sit and look at the pictures, your ideas start flowing.
For some reason, like when I'm casting alone, for some reason I need this. Like 100% of the time, if I'm casting alone, that'll be on the screen. When
Yep.
I've got someone here with me, it's a little easier to kind of flow heroes from your brain.
So I like the
5
way.
seconds
I mean, this
remaining.
is almost what we were talking about here. I would say this is what what I was talking about. Again, dropping the egg, dropping the tombstone. You know, just annoying stuff that you have to kill, and if you don't kill it, you lose the fight. So
Oh, Mirana. Yeah, I was wondering if the Mirana comes for forward because they've got the Winter's Curse into Arrow and the leap attack speed against Tombstone and now against Supernova.
that's very true. There are a lot of reasons to pick Mirana here,
But-
especially after the Supernova. So it could be one of the heroes that you go to here. But still, still Morphling is not bad against Phoenix either.
Hey.
We'll see one of those two, I think. Very likely, at least.
Both of these teams very deliberate with their drafting. I think earlier on today we had some very snappy picks. People, knew what they wanted before the phase came to actually pick it.
Radiant
These two
team
teams very much kind of feeling each other out and reacting a little more sort of viscerally.
I wonder if not part of that pick is a block pick as well. I honestly wonder, because Shadow Shaman was played before by compLexity today, and it also does go into the same annoying strat that they're
10
already
seconds
building on.
remaining.
So I wonder how much of this Shadow Shaman pick was honestly them taking
5
away
seconds
Shadow Shaman,
remaining.
because that could have been,
To-
it would have been weird with the heroes, but it wouldn't be undoable for compLexity. You can always run like a mid Enigma or, like core Phoenix. These things could have been done to enable.
Toxicity removed.
Yeah,
Team
I think
pick.
so. Oh,
Admiral Kunka.
Admiral Kunka here, coming in.
Oh, jeez.
That's an odd one.
How do you kill anyone here?
They're gonna be really tanky and really difficult to bring down, is what I'm feeling. But laning stage though, you're already revealing the Kunka, and also compLexity are going all
10
in on
seconds
big
remaining.
cooldowns, big ulti team fights.
One and done.
Yeah,
5
and
seconds
that's
remaining.
sometimes something you can abuse if you pick more high pace type heroes. So
Radiant team
we'll see how Forward approach this. They do snag up the Morphling,
There we go.
and there is not really that much to disable him. There's the Torrent from Fog of War maybe, but then it's really just Enigma and the X combo. But X combo and Morphling almost never works due to just Morph being popped. We could see an early
10
Spirit Vessel though
seconds remaining.
on Phoenix. That's pretty common. So we might have some counter to the Morphling.
5 seconds remaining.
But other than that, Morphling looks pretty free in this game.
Final ban time. So, to me, this would normally look like an offlane axe, support Winter Wyvern, support Shadow Shaman.
Dire team back.
Is there a way that you put Winter Wyvern into a core position here and have that kind of position 5 axe instead?
There is. I still firmly believe that position 5 axe is really strong from the results that I've seen people play it on. And it's kind of embraced by a lot of good players as well. as effective. The downside, the thing I stress more about is off-lane Winter Wyvern.
10 seconds
I'm still
remaining.
not really sold on that. It's like a fun idea, but I wonder
5
how
seconds
worth it
remaining.
is to do that. So probably you're just not gonna do that and just gonna go for like a carry hero next if you're forward gaming. Put the Morphling mids, most likely.
There's the monkey ban.
Maybe you put someone else. Yeah, Monkey King would have been great pick here for forward gaming. They just wanted the Morphling more than they wanted Monkey King. That's the only reason they didn't pick Monkey in the previous pick.
compLexity do have that very, very
10
last pick as
seconds
well.
remaining.
They could potentially undo the draft here from forward
5 seconds remaining.
with
Yeah.
just that one move.
It's hard for them to kind of change what their draft is gonna do, though. Like their draft feels a little bit set in stone here. It is gonna be big cooldowns. It is gonna be low amount of basic stuns available, and it's hard to offset that by one hero pick. But true, the last pick is really powerful, and I feel like it could be a TA game for them with this last pick. It's not. It's already looking like a pretty decent TA game, but
Radiant
it would be
team
surprising.
Lena.
Well, if that was a TA game, I think you might have just hit the nail on the head, Wagga.
Yeah. I like that Lena pick. I like that Lena pick a lot. That's really cool.
Attack speed against Supernova, against Tombstone.
It's tons of things. It binds into a lot of the other picks, so it's just very easy to follow up on a Shackle or follow up on a
Blink
Call,
Call,
or
yeah.
even the Winter Wyvern ulti. You now have that natural response afterwards. You know,
5
Lena doesn't
seconds
need to
remaining.
initiate many of the times, but she can follow up, and her follow up is deadly. So I really love this pick here.
And the amount of just instant burst damage you have through Morphling Lena. One of these heroes is dying on compLexity.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Very, very tough. The only thing is they need to go before the ship comes out. If the ship comes out, then they don't burst people anymore. But yeah, their damage output is quite incredible. What will we see from compLexity? What is the final thing that they want here?
It's weird because it feels like Limp Kunkka and this last hero
Yeah.
either has to be the other support to go with Undying,
I think it will be.
or it's the position one.
It kind of has to be a position one. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to think what they would prefer here. Void almost fits their draft.
You may now
It's gonna be a
select your
Bloodsuka.
heroes.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. There's a few good things about it, right? You have the Winter's Cold Embrace. Can be a little bit of a backfire because you just blood right on top of it. And then you have the fact that if you rupture Morphling, he can shift all he wants, but he's still going to be ruptured, still going to be a little bit easier to bring down. But honestly, draft-wise, I favor forward gaming here. I say this as a massive compLexity fan. I think their draft is easier to execute. I really do.
As a big lover of Phoenix and Undying, I have to go with compLexity.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we're gonna. I just want to check for myself.
Sure. Personal.
No, this is not what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, my last bunch of games have been like Phoenix. I've not spammed that much. There's Undying filtered in here and there.
Yeah.
But
He fills where he needs to be.
yes.
That's the correct way of playing Undying, though, I think. I don't think that he's every
A
single
spam game,
no
no.
matter what. I think he has games where he's really good. And, yeah. We'll see here. I mean, I just think ease of execution is a pretty big thing I look towards in a draft to say which one I favor. Because so often I see a draft that, oh, this could be amazing. But then, like, it never happens because it's so conditional.
Such a niche little thing that happens, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Lena is like as straightforward as it goes, same as Morphling. Good luck comes out from
Prepare
Skim.
for battle.
Skim Jackie Mao.
Jackie Mao.
Jackie Mao.
Z-Freak Undying again. Snaking on the Enigma, heading top with Eternal Envy. Bringing up the rear. Limp will be your middle Kunkka as the bottom lane gets taken up by Skem over on the Bloodseeker. Forward Gaming, MSS, Universe, Mr. Cat, the Rasta and the Axe head down towards bottom for their dual lane. Excalibur mid on the Lena, and top will be SVG's Wyvern. And Resolution, I mean, signature heroes come and signature heroes go, but Resolution Morphling is probably top 3 of his real big heroes.
Yeah, Yeah, that's true. Resolution is a player with a lot of signature heroes as well, I want to say. Just because he's so outstandingly good in many teams they place in.
Well, what would your top 3 be, out of interest?
For Rezo?
For Rezo, yeah.
I think Lynx would be on there for me.
Okay.
And I kind of want to have his Sven there. Almost. It's too legendary from TI. The stuff that he's done on that hero.
Yeah, you're right. And then there's like TA and Invoker come in as well.
Yeah, and then, you know, back when Luna was actually a hero, he did some stuff on that hero.
He did some
I don't
stuff.
know. Rezo is just a very outstanding player. He's a phenomenal guy. I remember the first time I met him and sat down and had like breakfast together at TI. I really got to like pick his brain about different things. It was very teaching moment for me. Learned a lot.
Beautiful.
Well, we see Rasta just bothering Jackie Mao Skim. I'm gonna call him Jackie Mao all the time, just to mind bug you.
Man, Mr. Cat here doing a great job.
It's Mr. Cat versus Jackie Mao.
Mr. Cat versus Jackie Mao. I mean, good job by the Shadow Shaman getting in behind there.
Yeah, top 10 anime battles, by the way.
Pretty massive damage onto this Bloodseeker already. Top lane, what's happening up here? Eternal Envy snaking Phoenix and Enigma. Good deny there from the Enigma. Remove a bit of that gold from the Dire team, but I think Envy might have overstepped his bounds just a touch. Goes for the TP, very slick maneuver. Resolution wraps around the trees to find him, but EE's already gone. Meanwhile, bottom lane, this Bloodseeker having a bit of a struggle. Now the decay from Z-Freak, 20 stacked up. But they're under that tower, and this is not a fun place to be against an Axe.
Yeah, look at how aggressive MSS is. He's just running up on the Bloodseeker, making it hard for him to last it on the tower, because he's always there contesting. Z-Freak is trying to secure some of the farm here, but it's not easy. Bloodseeker is one of the best heroes at farming under his own tower, though, as it's near impossible to miss a last hit with Quelling Blade and Blood Rage when you get that. But still, with a Rasta running at you, it gets a little bit harder.
Punchy punch. I mean, he's like pseudo-denying as well, making the Bloodseeker miss CS just by pre-hitting some of these creeps. Nice little battle hunger onto Z-Freak, though.
Wish he could have gone the
oh my God.
the Fork Lightning there.
Does he die here? He dies here.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Oh,
he's gonna live. Well, if he harassed with the lightning there, MSS was holding it for some reason. Didn't use it.
Didn't expect that massive chunk of HP from the decay wearing off.
That's the thing. Decay goes both ways. It's very brutal when you lose it because it doesn't care to hold your HP percentage. It just drops raw HP.
Yeah.
One of the weaknesses of Undying.
Still being chased around by the Shadow Shaman as well. Yeah, there we go. MSS tips him like, what up? Z-Freak, how you doing, buddy? Hiding in the trees.
Yeah, tip right back. Tip of the hat.
Tip of the hat to you. Top lane, dive in from Envy. Move on to SVG. No real capabilities of killing the Winter Wyvern there.
Oh, Firebird versus Icebird. My immersion. I like it.
Feels nice, man.
Yeah.
Excalibur against Limp Mid. Kunkka favored so far, in terms of CS anyway. How does this lane pan out in the next 2-3 minutes?
I think it gets progressively harder for Lina, actually. On level 5, I think the Kunkka gets really, really strong. But so far, Excalibur doing a good job. He's using a lot of his mana, but he is holding his ground. As we see a kill on bottom lane and kill on top lane.
And top lane, yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, Forward Gaming just exploding here in laning stage. And 2 points battle hunger from Universe is quite interesting. So very strong harassment. A little bit weaker at wave clearing though. Oh, Bloodseeker just running at Rasta a little bit, but there's boots on Rasta, no boots on Bloodseeker. Not going to be able to run him down.
And a creep wave arriving makes things a little bit awkward for them. So Universe not only cutting, but also pulling back the wave. Z-Freak with no mana here to decay. He's already used a Soul Rip, and, well, he's going to have to look to try and escape. Has a decay now, but they've gone for the Bloodseeker instead. The quicker, easier kill.
Gets the spin
bigger
too.
one as well. Z-Freak, TP. Oh, Universe, if he got in there with a spin, my goodness.
Universe has to be feeling so happy after having that horrible time being Wraith King in a previous game. He's now having a great laning stage. I like the double Stout Shield, by the way. Going for the old classic.
Snaking. Oh, nearly dead. Oh my goodness. The Tango and the Soul Ring regen keep him up and running. I thought he was for sure a goner.
Yeah, just barely staying alive.
The nice thing here. Resolution very low on HP, so Eternal Envy can return to the lane. Help Leech experience here with the help of snaking, but 5-minute bounty runes up in 20 seconds. Down towards bottom. A pull across with dire creeps in that large camp. Going to get denied out a little bit there, and Z-Freak realizes very quickly he can't contest this rune. Surely not.
It almost looks like 4 runes for Forward Gaming here.
Well, they've got Morphling up top. Dive in from Envy.
Yeah, a little bit off the timing there.
Optimistic
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the
for
attempt
sure.
to steal
You
the rune.
Gotta have the right spirits to steal a rune.
Hey. The fiery ones just don't cut it.
Yeah.
The spinny ones apparently do. Universe takes Jackie Mao down to, what, a quarter of his HP? A third of his HP? What do you do in this lane now? Do you go jungle as the Bloodseeker, or do you just stick this out and hope that one of them leaves?
I don't think you can go jungle this early. I think if you do that, you're kind of just playing to lose. I think you have to fight for it. But you're 2 levels behind. You need to somehow kill the Rasta. Is the problem here that you're facing. So get boots on the Bloodseeker and then fight.
Limp got the bottle off now with the torrent forward. He'll launch the boat, but the Phoenix is dead, and Excalibur just sidesteps it all.
Yeah, beautiful play by Excalibur. Oh, tries to go for it. Wouldn't have killed him anyway. The run buff would have been enough. But nice little play by Excalibur. Good movements, good read on the situation. Finds a haste rune as well. Being paid for his good plays. Yeah, right now I would say Forward Gaming have a great hold on this laning stage. Kunkka does have good CS, but that's about it.
3k overall net worth for the Dire team. I mean, forward look very good, and they're moving in for a bit of aggression top. SVG's Arctic Burn is about to expire, but they forced a tombstone here. Resolution will be herded away from the creep wave. Looks like SVG making a bit of a rotation in towards mid. Spotted. Wait, no, that's a Dire Observer ward. Is he rewarding? Is he double warding a little bit deeper? Where's he going?
Yeah, I think he's going into enemy jungle where Bloodseeker is farming. He
Ah.
wants to have vision on that so they can prevent him from getting an easy level 6.
Hello, there's the ward. They do have a move made with the X into boat. Excalibur hasted though, turns and fights. Okay, the boat buff there is really not what you want to be aiming your Laguna Blade into.
Kind of showing how good the run buff is when you take no damage at all from a Laguna Blade.
Feels pretty tasty. Good LSA though will connect. And this Bloodseeker dead to rights in his own jungle.
Yeah, nice kill to catch there. Oh. They're getting a return kill though. Rasta at least gonna go down to the Kunkka.
Dive forward from Eternal Envy, and that was the first kill of the game for compLexity.
Resolution, morphing full agility for DPS while chasing.
And he's got some balls on him. Z-Freak, careful.
He was actually chasing down dying with 1 HP on the Morphling and attacking him.
Man. Morphling there, just down to Max Agi, pop the 12-1 charges, and he's basically full HP, full mana again.
Yep.
Absolutely absurd. Scenes of healing
I mean, it's not just Morphling, that was 12 decay stacks. So it made it even stronger, his abuse heal, because he was down to 220 HP, so the magic wand was pretty much full HP immediately, like you said. It's funny how decay can sometimes be abused, you know, by you.
Just salves and tangos and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just use your regen during it and you're good.
It is very big. This is also very big. Limp. Regen rune is in bottle, but who cares about that? Laguna Blade will slice him down. The boat will fly out as Limp tries to make an escape here. Z-Freak low HP and the Dragon Slave misses. Somehow Limp survives. SVG coming forward with a Splinter Blast in. Limp is very literally limping away from this with the Undying just off to the side of him. And Forward Gaming, they don't get anything out of that nifty little move.
Well, they pushed a lot of heroes away at least, but yeah, no kills as such. But look at all the heroes running to the fountain. There's like a pilgrimage going on here. Everyone has to go to the fountain and, you know, pay respects.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Mr. Cat, Mr. Universe, Mr. Forward Gaming Universe, Mr. Cat.
Radiant's top tower
Where
is
are you
under
going,
attack.
Mr. Axe? 200 gold, not even that. 150 off of his Blink Dagger. And snaking forced under the trees behind his own Tier 1 top. Triple red, top 3 net worth of this game, though. Dire looking very hot.
Not just that, but look at the support gold difference as well. Rasta is now overtaking the Enigma in farm, and he's very close behind the Bloodseeker even. So you have a really good start on many heroes on the side of
Radiant's
Forward
top tower
Gaming.
is under attack.
So I don't know if you saw that, but I think Limp might be a little bit tilted. Very, very rarely do we see X-Torrent combos missed
Yeah.
by professional players unless something, you know, out of the ordinary happens. But that was a straight, simple, onto Axe, get a kill, and he missed the Torrent.
For sure, a little bit strange to see that.
And now the turnaround with the Blink Call after the shackles. Envy with no dive available will straight up die.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to get him out of there, and he's only level 3 at minute 10 on this
Radiant's
Phoenix.
top tower is under
That is
attack.
a very, very hard sacrifice, Phoenix, without boots. I don't know. I fear for compLexity simply due to how weak their supports are. The cores are not that far behind.
I mean, is Bloodseeker a support or a core, Waga?
Oh, yeah, he's one of the supports.
2,900 net worth. Bloodseeker, double Wraithband tread is low. Arduous work farming the jungle. And Universe, he's going for more. Call was on cooldown for like half a second though there.
Radiant's
A
middle
little
tower
bit
is under
unfortunate. They're trying to make their play, but it doesn't work out today.
Yeah, and this tower, tier 1 mid tower, is very threatened. I don't think there's any way that you hold this. Rasta with the Tome of Experience and level 4. I've seen a lot of this, people just holding their Tome and not using it immediately. I think it's to mind game the opponents. Like, it has to be intentional, as much as I've seen it.
So I didn't sort of have this thought until very, very recently, like within the last week and a half or something. Because I always thought it was about like mind gaming, you know, clicking to level 5 to get an extra bit of damage or extra bit of disable. But I feel like it's more to do with not giving XP to your opponents by being lower level, and you know, if you die, then it's not as bad as being, you know, level 6.
And death time.
And death, yeah, exactly, and death timer.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an intentional play that people are just running around and keeping the Tome, which is very interesting to me.
Right, now MSS back in Fountain, happy as Larry, pops the tome, level 6,
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah.
and a bit. Limp is hunting and looking for Mr. Cat. Oh, I'm just going to keep doing that. My brain is lagging, and I see Mr. Cat there. SVG on the Winter Wyvern. I'm going to start saying hero names to make it easier for myself. Deary me.
Do what you must, Gareth. Do what you must.
Morbid Mask heading down bot for resolution. And Morphling sub 5k net worth. Pretty much even with the Lina for now. Both farming jungle while the Axe starts pressing and showing himself on lanes to try and make some plays. And for now, where is he going? With his creep wave. Safe and sound.
Yeah,
Dire's top
Gotta do
tower
it.
is under attack.
the creeps. They support you in tough times. Oh, ward spotted there by Radiant as SVG just drops a ward on this Mount Everest here. Kind of standing around as well. He's like proud of what he's done.
Is under attack.
Then he gets dewarded.
Then the neighbor comes in and is like, you made this? I destroy this.
Yep. Not yours anymore.
Not yours. Tier 1 top.
Dire's top tower
Finally a
is
bit
under
of damage
attack.
coming in from complexity on an objective.
Radiant's bottom tower
Probably
is
the
under
only one that they can do anything with is that top lane, but look towards bottom. Universe. Oh, if he'd been able to shift in there, I mean, he's still under that Radiant Observer ward, so it would have been close to impossible to get the grab. But Enigma was very
Dire's
close.
top
It's
tower
taking
is
a
under
while to
attack.
kill that top tower though. They have been working on it for quite a bit. Been up here for like 1.5
Radiant's
minutes
bottom
now,
tower is under
and
attack.
tower is still alive.
Dire's top
It's a
tower
work in
is under
progress.
attack.
The rotation up top might be coming in now. At least Wind Wyvern running up, warding, was also spotted. So some good D wards here, I think, gonna happen for complexity.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Wow. Eternal Envy rushed the hell out of that urn. He's had it for a little while now. Still needs to go back into the boots. Even Z-Freak here. He's hit level 6. He looks okay, but
Radiant's
very
middle
limited in
tower
terms of
is
net
under
worth. And you
attack.
take a look at their...
Your definition of looks okay is different from mine. No boots.
I mean,
No boots.
As a position 5 Undying in a 1 to 10 game, it's like, he's not doing that badly.
Alright.
The raise of the pitch there, I think, tells.
Alright, got 400 net worth or something, you know, on me. That feels good.
Feels okay, man. Smoke up to top.
Half my net worth is wards.
Oh, Eternal Envy. Whatever happened?
Dominating performance. Oh, no.
These best of twos turning into some draw fest, it looks like. 1 to 11, the Stomp has swung. Forward Gaming in absolute control of game 2.
Yeah, for sure. This is about as one-sided as it gets for the early game. The Kunkka is getting some level of farm though, and there's always that Blood Rage Wonder combo defense. And oh, hello. Nice little pick off on the Lina.
Good amount of money, but quadruple bounty runes for Forward.
For the second time in a row as well. They got oh, was that 5 maybe? Can't remember if they got 4 of the 10 runes.
I can't remember.
They definitely got 1 quad rune already this game, possibly 2.
They are getting many runes.
Yeah, and that's also why we see Rasta like overtaking Enigma in farm. That's when you start really wondering here, like what's going on. MSS is getting a lot of farm on this Rasta.
Even SVG just sitting mid for a minute and a half. Gets himself a nice chunk of money there. Roshan being pinged out by compLexity. Z-Freak is like, hey guys, they've been off the map for quite some time. But Resolution's just very defensively farming jungle, while Excalibur now with the Yules up. Looking to go and make a play down towards bottom, but in the mid, the Supernova on top of Universe as Limp throws out the boat, sailing over the top to give them a nice bit of heal. That Winter's Curse actually delaying any kind of aggression they have towards the Axe and the Winter Wyvern, allowing maybe now Resolution to arrive in time. They'll get themselves a couple of kills, compLexity, and Forward now with a Rupture over onto Morphling. Might just be done in this fight.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to follow up on though. It's a good Rupture attempt in order to try and get another kill, but Morphling is a hard kill when you already expended resources to bring down the Axe and Wyvern. So I think compLexity are more gonna be happy with what they got there, not try to throw away too much.
Excalibur. Only with the Yule Scepter this game. Very often we see the Yule Shadow Blade and then swing into, you know, Bloodstone, BKB, Shiver's Guard, whatever it may be. Is there a clear reason? Is it just tempo that he wants to get this BKB a little bit faster to deal with Supernova, or is
it's Kunkka, but because Yule Scepter is not really a good save against Kunkka, where you use yourself and then you might get torrented anyway. So your save might be a setup.
Speaking of Kunkka, blasted down by Universe and SVG. Snaking is coming forward and looking for this black hole. He's leveled it up and popped a Mango, I think. Still aiming for a good target. There's 2 people in the middle that could be good, but Universe has moved forward. He's looking for the kill onto Snaking. SVG arrives and Morphling waveforms forward. They've already cleared out the Tombstone, and it looks like that might just be lights out for Enigma and Phoenix. Bloodseeker, the one man standing, is back in Fountain and twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah, there's not really a whole lot he can do there to help his team, but well, I mean, these are the fights that compLexity are supposed to dominate. If you look at the draft, what they want to do is really tear these fights apart, because you have Phoenix, you have the Black Hole, you want to control them and own them, but it's just a little bit easier time for Forward Gaming here. They have so many different ways to initiate.
I just love the spread from Forward. I'm going to draw it out again. They had this like beautiful like 5-man spread where there's one. I don't care about Envy dying. Whatever. Who cares? There's one place where you can get a 2-man black hole, and apart from that, there was literally nothing other than solo black holes.
Yeah.
So Snaking walks in and he's like, I can go for this. What was it? Axe Rasta, Axe Wyvern, whoever. It was Axe +1 support, but they were low HP already. You don't want to be dumping black hole on 2 heroes who, by all means, are already dead. So Snaking there is like in an absolute catch-22. If I black hole, I look bad. If I don't black hole, I look bad.
Yeah.
These black holes aren't going to be good.
That's very often what we're going to see, though, with Enigma in high-level games. I mean, you won't really find these 3-hero black holes are very rare. So if you can get 1 core and a support, that's a good black hole. If you can keep the black hole going. But then you gotta look to the fact that there's a lot of disables. Morphling has a cancel, Rasta has 2 different cancels. The Lina has 2 different ones with the Yule Scepter as well. Winter Wyvern's very good at stopping it, so it's quite a few things. Even the Axe, you know, theoretically could stop you with a Berserker's Blink Call if you position Black Hole too far away from your body.
Keep it tight, close to the chest.
Yeah, you actually, I mean, that's actually a thing. You can throw a Black Hole closer or farther away from yourself.
Yeah.
That's Enigma. It has a little bit of range.
Dire's middle
Someone
tower
asked me
is
once
under
if you can
attack.
Abyssal Blade Enigma if you have an Ether Lens.
Dire
And I
are
said you can do it without Ether Lens.
Just
Just
backstab
depends.
him.
Radiant's
Just depends
bottom
how he
tower
positioned
is
it.
under attack.
Smoke from compLexity. Feels like a game resetter here if they're able to get their
yeah.
ultis off.
Very nice move. I would like for them to commit to this idea. Just go all the way up and around.
Look at Rezo though, dude. His just a high ground hold here from the entirety of forward gaming is spot on.
Yeah.
Start with the axe onto Wyvern. Winter's Curse will try and delay the inevitable, but the Cold Embrace on him, SVG, is actually surviving through a lot more damage than expected. Now the Laguna Blade with the blink and the call. The Bloodseeker dragged away from the fight. With that Battle Hunger on him, they have to now deal with a Supernova from Eternal Enemy, which shouldn't be too difficult until the Black Hole. Now snaking. He's got them caught. The Morphlings inside with the Torrent over the top, but the Dire team are surviving decently. Z-Freak will try and get himself back and away through this fight to buy some time for the rest of his team to reset. The zombies do a lot of work, but Kunkka and Bloodseeker with Enigma now in a 3v3, not wanting to continue with absolutely no ultis.
Yeah, I mean, now you expanded ultis on compLexity and now it's super difficult. At least they got a kill on Lina there, kill on Winter Wyvern, who bought back, of course. So it looked like it could have been a really good fight, but the Morphling managed to get enough hits in on the egg before getting caught in the Black Hole. Still though, some signs of life from compLexity in what otherwise has been pretty one-sided.
And silence. He's got the morph off already. Resolution still very deep behind enemy lines. compLexity responding in kind as well, but the silence wears off and the waveform away will
Wow, the double call.
keep him nice and toasty. Universe with one dunk, looks for maybe the second now, but the axe into Torrent will catch him up. The blood right in the back with the tombstone there cleared up easily by the entirety of forward gaming, and the heal, the Cold Embrace, keeps Universe in the race. The LSA will take him down as Bloodseeker gets obliterated. And forward, I think there is only one direction. It's not right, it's not left, it's not backwards. It's
Okay.
definitely forward.
It's upwards.
That's not a direction.
Come on.
Get out of here.
What the?
You're going down.
Not reverse.
You're going down, down.
Morphling has the Morbid Mask, gonna steal quite a bit of HP per attack here. He just needs someone else to tank for him. This is a pretty hard Roche to take. I don't know about this.
I mean, what's he getting? 30, it's 30 health an attack, right?
Look at the Kunkka. Look at
Something
the
along
Kunkka.
those lines. Morphling, Resolution, Strength Morph up to about 1300. Now the X mark with the boat. Resolution limited mana. Strength Morph to max. Now Supernova down, and this Morphling.
As a
He's
fast
tanky,
Bloodseeker.
but he's in a big pickle here. X mark back in, and that's it. Resolution dead. Does buy back immediately. They found the Lina all the way in the back though, and Resolution TPing aggressively. Won't be able to find the fight he was looking for, with Roshan down to
Super low.
2400 HP. This could be compLexity's chance.
Yeah, you just go Roche with your Kunkka Bloodseeker here.
But
You don't need the best heroes, just hit it.
equally, it could be a false sense of security. Resolution in with a tombstone. He's turned into the Undying. He's going to try and decay back people, but they've got the Winter's Curse. Slow things down. Enigma, no Black Hole, only Pipe and Midnight Pulse. Shackles here onto who? Onto Limp. The Kunkka drops. Doesn't have buyback on him, so it looks like Roshan will finally eventually end up in the hands of the Dire team, but compLexity aren't done just yet. Z-Freak is still lurking around looking for a bit of a play, but he's going to get hexed up, and MSS Shackles. There we go. Universe wants to blink over to get the Enigma in the back as they see him with the Observer Ward, but they will resort to the Undying kill, and that alone.
Did you see the Phoenix in that fight? He was Berserker's called, and then the Winter's Curse comes out. He just runs straight west. There was no hero to the west. He just runs west. You can watch it back later at some point.
Where was he? He was here, right?
Yeah, he was he was standing right there. And there's a buggy interaction. I've seen it before myself, where a hero who is already affected by Berserker's Call and then gets Winter Cursed just runs away. They just says, "Fuck this."
The double taunt, like Legion Duel and
Yeah, 'cause
Berserker's Call does
people-
the same thing, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen quite the same interaction from it though. But like, there are supposed to be priority lines, right? Winter's Curse is supposed to have higher priority than Berserker's Call, but the like the combination of the two just makes heroes bug out hard sometimes.
Excellent.
I mean, that's just Dota, dude. I don't think I've ever found anything bugged about this game, though.
No,
No.
absolutely nothing.
It's squeaky clean. Nothing wrong under the hood.
Like a mouse's bum. Excalibur has had a reasonably quiet game, but very, very solid on this Lina. Yule's BKB and about halfway to Shadowblade as they blink call. Z-Freak Undying unfortunately doesn't live up to his name.
Yep. Dies for his 6th time. Starting to doubt his name. Still can't keep up with Envy, though. Envy with 5 charges on his Spirit Vessel.
How many deaths did Envy have in that Shadow Shaman game?
I believe it was 8.
Yeah, it was probably 8. We'll just say it was 8.
I actually think it was 8.
I think it might have been 8 as well.
I know he had 7 forever, and then the final push came in, and he was still on 7, and I'm sure he died in that push, so probably was 8.
Very good counting.
Yeah, I mean predicting. I just know my envies.
SVG? This is kind of weird. TPs are coming through from compLexity and Limp Shadowblades away. Supernova there, but the BKB Lina will clear it up easily. Resolution boated, but has that strength morph going as they shackle up another target. Juicy little Undying will die again as Resolution Agimorphing waveforming, absolutely destroying.
Yeah, just going in. So hard to get a good egg off in these fights because then Lina hits super fast with ultra range and Morphling hits extremely fast too, and Lina even has a BKB. So that was just an optimistic egg from Envy. It was never gonna work. This game is really showing the team that drafted a lot of team fights is still struggling to win them. And I think they have too much of the good stuff.
Too much of the good stuff. Well, we've got Aegis on this Morphling for another couple of minutes. And with Skadi on its way. Wait, hang on a second. What's this? Is that just an ultimate orb in there?
No, yeah, he's buying Lincolns.
Ah, it's Lincolns, I
So
see.
he's going for it. He's pretty close. 1k gold, and he will have Lincolns completed. It makes a lot of sense.
I mean, there are literally 2 spells which piss him off this game, right? X-Mark and Rupture.
Yeah, pretty much. But what about when you get Blood Raged and you won't get it anymore?
Oof.
You know? I want that Blood Rage for my E-Blade.
I mean, Resolution wants Undying for his mantelpiece. What's he up to, Rezo? Doesn't want to commit, finds the Tombstone instead.
Oh, Wrestle's so smart.
Nice little boat with a torrent, but the Axe Call in the back. Aegis will get popped as SVG dies, and Bloodseeker, well, he's being ripped from limb to limb. Black Hole comes in, but it's cancelled immediately. Yule's up into the air as Snaking sent skyward. Aegis already gone means Resolution dies a second time, and Excalibur left high and dry. 1v5. Where is Forward Gaming? Where are they?
Yeah, they're just not close enough. They took a fight where they didn't actually have their Rasta near enough in the beginning of the fight. This was a little bit too ballsy of a play. They're gonna lose a lot for it now as Lina is gonna go down as well. Ton of money going the way of Limp, who gets 2 of the kills there. But even Bloodseeker living in that fight. And a little bit lack of respect from Forward Gaming perhaps, and that could hurt you a lot. You're not that far ahead that you can just mindlessly take the fights. If you don't have all your heroes around, you might get punished.
To be fair, that was like the end of the Aegis. And that was the kind of fight that they wanted to...
Yeah, but he still had the Aegis. The Aegis still triggered.
And
so
he was like alone at the front.
It wasn't like an unfortunate fight in that Aegis timed out, you know, in a bad timing or something. They just took a bad fight. So, for sure, compLexity still hanging in there.
Limp going for Halberd next. No Daedalus or anything like that, so it will add a nice little Lincoln's popper.
Yeah, it's a classic item on Kunkka in recent days. You know, you definitely go for a halberd. It's just tons of survivability, and the fact that it can break Lincolns, I feel, is more an added bonus in this game.
Yeah,
more than anything.
I mean, mainly you kind of want to put it on the Lina pre-BKB, right? So she can't hit egg.
If you can, yeah, if you can. Honestly, just on anyone who is trying to kill the egg. But for Kunkka, it's mainly just a stat item. You don't buy it because of anything else.
Okay.
Some very cost-effective stuff.
All right, forward. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, they do know that the Black Hole was expanded in the previous fight, so why not force the fight now?
Blood right on the high ground. Scambaloo goes back past the shrine. And yet again, compLexity, good discipline here. You know, so easy to just fall back and try and hold tier 3 and defend your base. But they are nicely kind of platformed to watch out for smokes, to control around Roshan, to farm camps while they're waiting.
Yeah, they're protecting each other. They're also baiting with the Undying. They know Undying is the last hero the enemy want to go on, so very smart positioning by them. But now they see that the push is probably going to come on the side lane. Gotta try and defend that. Keep your eyes on Universe here, as he might be the one to lead the way, should there be a fight.
Glyph has already been popped very, very early on, and these Serpent Wards, they are Ags upgraded.
Oh, he's in.
Blink and the call. Catching on to this Enigma. Laguna Blade is there. The boat is flying over the top with a Supernova. It's looking okay, but Resolution's Morphling arrives. Supernova gone. Enigma, guess what? Gone. Resolution is ripping them apart, one by one. SVG and MSS try and bail away with a heal from the Cold Embrace. They need to buy space, but this Bloodright with a speedy little Seeker catches the Shadow Shaman with the help of the Conquer. They do TP out on that Winter Wyvern. As Morphling escaping to the south. They get themselves no tier 3, no barracks, a couple of ultis and a couple of buybacks. Forward still have to respect their opponents.
Yeah, the buyback is the big thing, though. They forced buyback on both Break and Snaking, so that should really allow them to just look for those heroes, try and get some key pickoffs before pushing. I like the respect that they're showing here, especially after the kind of throwaway fight that they took before. Also, Morphling did not even use his ulti in that fight. He didn't see anyone else. I mean, why would I turn into anyone else when I'm the strongest one on the field? It is I.
I'm just going to hit you all. So what did he go for? 15-second morph duration and waveform attacks targets. So he cannot morph into allies, so we won't be having the Arctic Burn or anything like that. We'll likely just continue to see that Tombstone steal from the Morphling, but with 3 heroes dead here, Forward Gaming actually getting a number of their lanes pushed in across the river towards the dire side of the base. Things getting a little bit uneasy for them.
Yeah, bit by bit, it feels like they're starting to get some problems here. Looking at the net worth chart as well, you know, the cores are re-establishing themselves on the side of Radiant. They used to be behind, you know, behind everything, behind Arasta too. But now, kind of crawling up.
Excalibur. Group up with the rest of your team. Well, there's a bounty rune down here still.
Yeah.
Wonderful, with a double damage rune as well to boot. Catapult. Oh, it's going to deny it.
Yeah, that's Cardi.
You bastard, Carti. Resolution is angry.
An absolute dog. Denying a DD rune. Wow. I like the Resolution still as his fair fire from the early game, just in backpack. In case I need it.
In
Save
case
it.
I need it. I mean, sell it. Sell it, my dude.
No, keep it.
Get rid of it. It is not good for health.
That's the only thing it's good for.
No, it's only good for damage. For health is bad, for
I
damage
see.
is good.
It's Russian fire, I see.
Yes. Привет.
Starova.
Как дела, братан?
Enigma без ulti.
Enigma. Bratan. And they're going to go in with the boat. Nice little pick onto the Rasta. Morphling cannot get involved with that. Split pushing with illusions down bottom, but compLexity keep on going forward. Forward. Snaking wants this kill on the Winter Wyvern, but the buyback from the Shadow Shaman comes out, and they've baited out the buyback, sure, but they've also put themselves in a position here where the fight gets awkward. The blink, the call, it's not going to work. Universe yules up into the air with the blood right there. They've got a little hexed sheepy in the middle of it all, and it's going to be the end of Z-Freak. Tombstone on Tombstone action, but it looks like Forward should be able to get the upper hand as Roshan has respawned as well.
Yeah, they will come out a little bit on top there. The egg being used, Tombstone being used, and Undying being dead. This could be an opening for sure. Especially as this Morphling is so powerful. Blade Mill Axe is in.
Oh, Limp is gone. Buys back immediately. They need to defend Roshan. They've got the shackles on this Enigma. Before he black holes, they've got the stun. Can they control him? They can. Dead for 100, and with no buy back, this Enigma is out of the game.
Yeah, he's just dead forever here. And they even have time to go to their shrine and heal up, because I think they need some HP on Forward Gaming. HP and mana. Try to reset a little bit.
Come on, Rezo.
He's just healing full on an Ancient.
Max Agi and pop your Fairy Fire.
Yes, he has other methods of healing. Doesn't need a dirty shrine. He's going in, he's starting it. Roshan is being taken, and still a full minute on Enigma. It's not going to get contested, I think.
Feels pretty bad for Limp buying back in that situation.
Yeah, and then getting nothing coming out of it.
Like it's a good buyback. You feel that you have a fight there, and then all of a sudden your Enigma's shackled for 10 years. Adaptive struck by Morphling and killed. Could have been massive for complexity, but it doesn't quite work out there. But with the fact that they have defended their base so well, no tier 3s or racks taken, they could potentially weather the storm here through the Aegis of the Morphling and the cheese of the Lina.
It will be quite the storm to weather, though. They will need to hold some impressive high ground holds, I think, because they're not going to sit back. Forward Gaming, they know that they're strong.
Hurricane Rezo's coming to town. Wind speed of about 400 kilometers an hour, and he is absolutely annihilating those little carties. complexity back up onto position near their northern shrine, it feels like. Even pinging out Excalibur, wanting to potentially go for a play up top. I don't think that's going to pay off at all.
Well, it comes down to how Excalibur plays. If he would have been a little bit careless, perhaps it would work, but seems like he wants to join his team right now. And I think right now everything is looking pretty damn good for Forward Gaming. They just need to force these 5-man fights even more. It works really well for them. They're gonna head down bottom. They're very close to the enemy base. They do have catapults if they can push now and save it. All you want to do is just drop the Rasta wards so it's done. You know, get that cooldown working as often as possible. This tower is already low HP. There we go. Aghanim's wards are down, so they're pretty annoying to deal with.
Very difficult to defend. Limp is moving in with the X mark. Who's he going to cleave off of? Well, he's looking for this one. Unfortunately, no damage. No splash. And Morphling losing Aegis there is maybe a little bit of a downer, but these Serpent Wards are doing so much great work. Pretty much individually carrying this Dire team to a full lane of barracks.
They can't let the wards just die though. They have to protect them still so that they get the entire axe. But that's enough.
Now the blink call. Universe wants in on this fight. Doing a blade. Is that dodged by the Yules? I think it might just have been. Skem still alive as they blood right back, and Dire get out of this situation. Resolution waveforming out, and Universe looking to blink away.
And that was for sure a Yule's dodge. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. This Rasta, by the way, has Blink Dagger queued up, but I think he's having bigger plans. I think it's the refresher we're going for. 4,000 gold on this Rasta. And if he gets refresher, honestly, what do you do? The Rasta has that inevitability. If he gets Aghanim's refresher, and he is level 22 just about, which is fantastic timing. I mean, we're 37 minutes in. That's not bad at all.
I mean, look, he's fourth. Yeah, he's ahead of the Kunkka, ahead of the Enigma.
Yeah, that's fantastic level, and that's with him not even showing as level 22 yet, but he's pretty much there. But if you have Aghanim's refresher on Rasta, you are almost guaranteed to get Megas. And even after Megas, you can just drop them on the throne, and that's almost a win.
And then Refresher Shard on Roshan.
And he doesn't even have to carry in this game. He has a Lina and a Morphling who are both very powerful. So, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, he queued up the Refresher at least. Showing his true colors.
Why is this in the Roshan pit?
Oh no. Why did you leave it there?
Inefficiency. He's got a slot as well.
It's the Russian Fairy Fire.
Absolutely disgraceful.
It's lost.
I mean, that's the equivalent of leaving your pet dog in the car with the window rolled up in the heat.
He should put up a little sign don't worry, the Roshan pit is well conditioned.
Yeah.
The Fairfire is not suffering.
He has a bottle of water.
Please don't break glass.
Do not smash my car.
Yeah. My parents have to have that in the car because they have air conditioning in the car like whenever they leave it. It's the climate control. And they have a dog. But they had to put something up because a lot of people are breaking windows on cars. Serious problem.
Yeah. It really is. It really is. Oh. Bloodseeker gets spotted. This is a long cut. Excalibur is looking for this. BKB Yules, they're here for Skem, but he's going to get LSA'd from the Invis. Shadowblade catch onto Bloodseeker, dead for 2 minutes with buyback.
Yeah, that's a good catch, and now they have 120 seconds to force that buyback and make something more happen. And I think they will be aiming for more than just buyback. They will look to take the fights.
I am watching snaking. Black hole here.
He's the man who has to do it.
Feels like the biggest threat the Radiant have, but he's being punched out by Serpent Wards. They're trying to clear them out. The dive in from Envy is more of a bait or a deterrent than anything else. The boat in is meant to be a fight starter, but the BKB from Resolution allows him to escape while Skem below.
Time to reset on Forward Gaming. The buyback was forced. You used your wards. Everything is down. Time to just run away, play it chill, wait for a refresher, and then deal the final blow.
It's ready, right? It's coming.
It's ready, but you want to have the wards on ready as well, so you get the double. You want to go in style.
MSS even has a clarity for himself. 70 seconds, not too long to wait. And compLexity do not want to wait at all. They've smoked up behind Eternal Envy's Phoenix. Swinging up towards top lane very slowly.
There's even an Arcane Rune top that they could preserve if they knew about it on Forward Gaming for the refresher Aghanims. That would be so value. I mean, you just want to see it.
I do. I mean, that is the nicest, nastiest thing that anyone has ever said. Preserve the Arcane Rune so we can get super value on this Shadow Shaman.
Yeah.
Aghanims.
Of course.
Level 3 ulti.
Oh boy.
Refresher
oh boy.
orb.
Don't go down there, Scheme. That's GG if you do.
It is very scary down on that low ground.
Yeah, even when the creeps come into his base, he's like, I'm not farming that. That's scary.
Spooky. Shrines. They are here for Forward Gaming to fall back on.
Yeah, at least one of them. They should take that out, and they do.
Difficult for the Radiant to break out of their base, but they're going to give it a good old try. Smoking up, and the line is drawn.
They know.
That's Pink. That's Pink saying they're coming this way. They're pinging. They know. Do they have vision, though? Morphling Illusions. They sidle on by. Lina and Morphling right next door to each other here. Could be a big two-man black hole, but the Shadow Blade comes out. Excalibur walking about. Blink call onto the Kunkka with the BKB there. Limp is in serious trouble. That Laguna Blade into the Hex will clear him up. Now the Refresher Orb. Serpent Ward's already down. Does have a second pair to play with. As the dive away keeps Eternal Envy safe from Resolution's attacks, but Z-Freak unfortunately will not have the same luxury. Snake King, same story. Caught, killed.
Yeah, and that's two of them without buybacks, with Rasta having his wards ready. I mean, they're not tapping out, but this is very hard to throw, let's say. A difficult throw from here.
Well, Undying will buy back to try and limit the throw. Look at these Serpent Wards bouncing around.
Everywhere, just spreading out the damage.
I mean, it's hitting tier 4s even.
Yeah, they have they outrange tier 4s. They got the 650 going on. Actually, they don't quite outrange it.
They shift up the top. That Hex, though. Who's caught him there? MSS. Finds Eternal Envy, and this looks like it might just be it. GG's called as the final Winter's Curse will hold the two remaining heroes in place, and Forward Gaming will tie up our series 1-1.
Yep, that was it. Game goes, and 1-1 results. I would not have expected the game to look like this after game 1, but a lot of games today have felt like, oh, one team comes in with a perfect plan and they execute it really well, and then next game they drop the ball and don't know what to do at all. But I think a lot of it comes down to drafts. I did not like complexity's draft at all here. I think it's extremely difficult to play out, and I think that very often in these best of twos, the draft that I feel is the easier or better one is the one that I see played more impressively as well. You gotta put yourself in a position for success in Dota, and that is what the drafting stage is.
But they had Phoenix and Undying, Wagga.
No, the two favorite heroes of my dear caster.
Please, they should have won.
No!
No, fine. That's fine. Whatever.
They don't get to win. Morphling wins.
Morphling does win. He did. Was that our first Morphling? No, we've seen a couple of Morphlings today, surely.
We saw some.
Surely.
Yeah.
It's just been banned a hell of a lot, it seems to me in my head. That
It has been, but it was the first Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. It was the first Winter Wyvern. So that rounds things up for today, guys. We've got through plenty of best of twos. Tomorrow we start same time again. That's midday CEST. We start with EG against Mineski, followed by EG VG Gaming, so the EG double book, and with Virtus Col and Virtus NIP as our two final series as well. 4 best of twos all ready and waiting for you. Wagga, any closing remarks?
Yes, I do actually have one. It's stay hydrated, people on stream. Make sure you drink enough. I like how you pick up and start drinking water before I even start saying that.
Yeah.
That's good. You're got the right mindset there, Gareth. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys around.
Bye.